Well, hello there, and good evening, YouTube. I'm William Brantley, reporting from South Jackson, Tennessee, ready to share with you today's climate summary and give you a forecast for the next few days momentarily. It turned out to be a beautiful day today. It's going to continue being beautiful. We do have a few clouds that may move through later on tonight, probably after sunset, probably after 9 o'clock at that, and be partly cloudy to very cloudy for a good part of tomorrow, and then finally back to fair skies by about this time tomorrow afternoon, around 4 or 5 o'clock. And it should be fair from that point all the way through the holiday weekend is the way it's looking right now. There are some thunderstorms over in Arkansas that's moving in our general direction, but kind of moving northeast. The storms are, while the line is slowly moving east. The best chance for here in Jackson for those storms will likely be near daybreak tomorrow morning, around 6 or 7 a.m. Then get a little break from that and have another possible round moving through around noon tomorrow, ending around 3 p.m. tomorrow afternoon, and then becoming fair around 4 or 5 o'clock tomorrow afternoon for the remainder of the holiday. No severe weather is expected here in the West Tennessee area, at least not here in Jackson. There's a small threat over toward the Mississippi River, but that's as close as it gets to the Jackson area. There are severe thunderstorm warnings up in Missouri, and were some tornado warnings up there, but I think the latest radar has showed that diminishing even up in that area. The main threat now is headed into St. Louis, Missouri, up in that area, which I'll show you that on radar in just a few moments. The climate data for the evening, it looks like as of 5 p.m. here in the Bemis area of South Jackson, the skies were clear at 5 p.m. The temperature at that time was 87 degrees. As of 5:56 p.m., it has dropped down to 85 degrees at the moment. Alright, the dew point at 5 p.m. was 69 degrees. Humidity was at 54%. We had southwest winds or south winds at 10 miles per hour, gusting to 21 miles per hour. And the barometric pressure was 29.78 inches of mercury. Today's low temperature here in Bemis was about 64 degrees. Today's high made it up to 88 degrees here in the Bemis area, still short of 90. That may change tomorrow though. No rain so far here in the Bemis area since midnight. Lowest humidity would be 50% today, and that occurred at 2 p.m., while the highest was 96%, and that occurred at 6 a.m. The lowest weather, dew point temperature was 61 degrees, and that occurred at 2 a.m., while the highest was 71 degrees. That occurred at 10 and 11 a.m. The lowest barometric pressure would be 29.78 inches, and that occurred at 5 p.m., while the highest would be 29.92 inches, and that occurred at 12 a.m. Today's highest wind gust so far today has been 25 miles per hour out of the south at 1:21 p.m. Today's records for May the 21st, hottest high would be 93 in 1962. Coolest high would be 62 in 2015. The warmest low would be 70 in 1974, while the coldest low would be 41 in 1954. Rainfall record for today, 2.90 inches in the year 2001. Alright, that concludes the basic climate summary for today. Let's look at a few maps and we'll be on our way. I'll go ahead and show you the National Weather Service's radar tonight out of Memphis, of course. And I'm going to have to click around just a little bit. West Tennessee's in the clear right now. That's the line of thunderstorms I was telling you about that's moving through Arkansas now. It's moving through Batesville, Arkansas now, headed toward Jonesboro, Arkansas, which is a little over 100 miles away from us, maybe 150 miles west of us, roughly. And there are warnings up in Missouri, which I'll show you that now. Let me see if I can get this angled right so I can show it to you. Springfield, Missouri's radar will be a good one to show you. Just kind of give you an idea of where the warnings are, where they are up in Missouri now. They're approaching Illinois, actually. So let me go ahead and go on to St. Louis's radar. Let me see, find St. Louis here. St. Louis, Missouri's radar is getting ready to move into St. Louis now. This line of storms start all the way from West Plains, Missouri, up through it's east of Waller, Missouri now, and it's on up toward as you can see. I can't make out the Jefferson City is east of Jefferson City. There's a tornado warning in that area. That box there is a tornado warning. It looks like to go north of St. Louis, though, the tornado warnings. There is a severe thunderstorm warning just west of St. Louis. They'll be moving into the St. Louis area within the next hour or two at most. So if you live in that area, be cautious for potential for severe thunderstorms moving into St. Louis, Missouri within the next hour and a half. Tornado warning just north of there. And that's up in Missouri. Not down here. We're okay here in Jackson and West Tennessee, as you saw just a moment ago. Let me click it down to this one, give a broader view of the whole area, kind of. And that's the area across Arkansas. There's two lines actually going through Arkansas. The first one there in the center part, probably the one to be dissipating as it approaches Jackson later on tonight. The second one will be the one that may affect us toward daybreak tomorrow. Well, at least that's the thinking right now. Unless it speeds up a little bit. Might be a little bit here. That's based upon the current movement of the directional movement and speed of movement and all that. If all that changes, then the storms may move through a little quicker, or it may even expand a little bit. But that's the current thinking. But the heaviest by far is up in Missouri at the moment, heading into St. Louis and that area of Missouri, as you can see. And okay down here, though, in West Tennessee and all of Tennessee at the moment, and most of them, the southern portions of the area as well. Mainly, they see Arkansas mainly as the biggest threat this evening. Let me see if there's any warnings there in Little Rock, or north of Little Rock down there. Looks like there might be. Let me see if there's a radar. I don't know. I might have to backtrack on this one. I'm just getting a text. Let me see what that is. From somebody I'm not interested in at the moment. Let me see. I wish this thing would do right. It's not wanting to do right at the moment. My phone's acting up this evening, but what's new? In all honesty, nothing. Not with this phone. Alright, now get away from that, back to the weather. I'll tell you what, it's not wanting to bring that other one back up like I wanted it to. Oh, there it is. What was that I'm going to look at? Memphis, I think it was. Let me see if I can get back down to Memphis. As you can see, we're in the clear, and will be for the next probably several hours. It'll probably be toward 4 or 5 o'clock tomorrow morning before we get anything anywhere close to any rain. At least that's the thinking right now. Alright, let's move on to the satellite picture. I'm going to show you 2 of them tonight. Wait a minute. Oh, hey, that's the one I wanted. That's the local one that shows you where the cloud cover is. Let me see if we get a slightly better view here. Tennessee's in clear right now. Clouds are going north of Tennessee so far. That's the heavier storms right there. They're moving northeast, so we might actually, instead of becoming cloudy toward 9 o'clock, it may remain fair all the way till almost daybreak tomorrow when those showers might move through. So it might be fair all the way nearly to sunrise and then become briefly very cloudy for a good part of the day, then have around 2 in the early afternoon hours. Alright, that's one angle. Then look at the other one. And then one over shows Arkansas a little bit better. A little bit of Tennessee here. They're clearing pretty quick back there in western Arkansas, looks like. And they'll do the same thing here. It won't be, I don't think it'll be cloudy all day tomorrow. They'll not even very cloudy all day. It should clear up by mid-afternoon anyways, if not sooner. Alright, that's the latest satellite picture. Let's move on to the current surface map, thanks to the Weather Channel. It shows another national view of the radar, and it shows the cold front there going through Arkansas, warm front north of us. Some of the storms on further north in northeastern Missouri, and it's showing thunderstorms in Nebraska and Dakotas and those areas, and several scattered showers out west, of course. And that's really about the only part of the country other than way up in Maine that it's raining, and and except for here in Tennessee, of course, clear here. And that's tonight's current surface map. Alright, let's look at see, that's the current. Here's tomorrow's forecast for tomorrow morning, according to the Weather Channel. We got a little strip of light rain moving through West Tennessee at that time, right around daybreak. It's not going to last very long, as you can see. Stretching on up to Missouri and on down into parts of Texas. Still snowing out there in Wyoming and Montana. Oh my goodness, pretty heavy up there in parts of the mountains of Wyoming over there. My goodness. And look how close that is to rain. Just not far away at all. And snowing a little bit in Colorado and Utah and even Nebraska. Not Nebraska, Nevada. A little bit even Montana. My goodness, this late in the year. And it's still snowing over there. There you see the rest of the map for tomorrow morning. Alright, by tomorrow afternoon, the rain will be almost gone here in West Tennessee. It'll be kind of like round 2 for us. It'll be coming through roughly around noon and ending around 2 or 3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, and that should be it for the rest of the holiday. If the timing holds up, or if the forecast holds up. Kind of light here in West Tennessee. Still snowing a little bit out west, but it's not quite as widespread out there as it was during the morning hours. Alright, that's for midday tomorrow. Let's look at tomorrow night's forecast map. Clear skies here in West Tennessee by tomorrow night. It should be. Or at least no radar, no rain on the radar, put that away. And it should be clear skies too by then, pretty fair at least. The rain is gone by then. A little bit out in Oklahoma, Kansas, and western Missouri, but no big deal there compared to what they got going on tonight at least. A little bit of rain out west, still a little bit of snow and the mountains of Colorado, a little rain up there in parts of Minnesota, and as you can see, parts of the different parts of the country there. And this again is tomorrow night's forecast map. Alright. There's a little bit better view of it there. Alright, now let's move on to the local forecast for right here in West Tennessee and the Jackson, Tennessee area for the next few days. Let me make a little minor adjustment here. Let me see. Get that up, get that down. I'm going to go ahead and call it fair skies to around 9 p.m. Then a few clouds may pass by, very cloudy, after 9 p.m. Now, depending upon the movement of those clouds, it may be fair skies all the way to almost tomorrow morning. I hate to give you a mixed forecast right there, but the satellite picture really isn't supporting the hourly forecast at the moment. So don't be surprised if we have fair skies all the way to daybreak. But if the satellite picture ends up supporting the forecast, then it'll be cloudy, probably very cloudy after midnight anyways. That's going to lead on into tomorrow, then finally becoming fair by mid-afternoon tomorrow afternoon for the rest of the holiday weekend. So it's going to be very cloudy during the morning hours tomorrow, with a 40% chance, that's not a huge chance, of some scattered showers and thunderstorms by early morning, then again by early afternoon till mid-afternoon, then fair. Low tomorrow morning near 71 degrees, high tomorrow near 86 degrees. By the way, the sun sets tonight at 7:57 p.m. The moon will be rising tonight at 10:51 p.m. and setting at 8:03 a.m. tomorrow morning. We'll have south winds at 10 to 20 miles per hour tomorrow, and about the same tonight, actually. Sun rises tomorrow morning at 5:45 a.m., sets at 7:58 p.m. tomorrow night. Moon will be rising at 11:41 p.m. tomorrow night, and set it at 8:54 a.m. Thursday morning. And by Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, or even Wednesday now of next week, all the way through Thursday actually of next week, going to be generally fair skies the whole time, whole period. It's going to finally dry up a little bit. Looks like low Thursday 71, high of 91. Looks like we'll finally hit the lower 90s by Thursday. South winds at 10 to 20 just about every day. South to southwest winds at 10 to 20 miles per hour just about every day. Alright, Friday's low near 66, high of 91. Low of 67, high of 91 on Saturday. Low of 67, high of 90 on Sunday. Memorial Day itself, low of 68, high of 91. West winds at 10 to 20. By Tuesday of next week, low of 69, high of 92. Low of 71, high of 87 by next Wednesday. And by next Thursday, May 30th, low of 69, high of 85. So really pretty decent weather all the way through midweek next week is where it's looking at this time. And once we get past tomorrow's scattered showers and thunderstorms, it should be out of here by early afternoon, or mid-afternoon at least. We're in the clear spot for several days. That's where it's looking right now. And on Memorial Day, by the way, the sun rises at 5:42 a.m., sets at 8:02 p.m. On Memorial Day itself. All right, with fair skies, of course. By then, we'll have the last quarter moon being in full phase by then. It's actually going to be full Sunday, May 26th. All right, that's it for the next 9 days for you. Fairly decent weather going on till tonight. Most of the severe weather is to our north in Missouri, especially just west of St. Louis, moving into the St. Louis area before too long. But we're okay here in West Tennessee. We should be okay tonight and tomorrow for the most part, with like I said, with the exception of a few scattered showers and thunderstorms here and there. None of them's expected to be severe at this time. That's good news in that regard. Okay, that's it for tonight. Thank you for watching and viewing and subscribing and leaving some nice comments. And I hope to talk to you again tomorrow night. And until then, have a good night and may God bless you.